Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here, aka the original card game for the win, and it's a very special day because here on April Fool's Day, April 1st, they've done something really cool, and I'm going to show it off while I'm also showing off another deck design I have. My thing didn't roll up on green, so I'm going to go with white and show my Skrelv deck. Once it actually scrolls to it. There we go. So, Skrelv the Mitey. So, here we have the Mitey chest, because very soon you'll see why, I think. Please actually do the thing. Oh, come on. It worked last night. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? Okay, okay. I guess that's, I guess they had a shorter term for this than I would have thought. But that's okay. I can kind of describe what happened. It was a beautiful, beautiful idea. It just... oh well. We had a beautiful thing for a little while, and I missed being able to show it off. Maybe another April Fool's Day I'll be able to be out at the right time. But they had this incredible... Oh, wait, maybe it'll show up again. That would be something. I hadn't thought that it might actually bring it back, but it's just like, keep it as a game, but it might. I'm thinking about that now. But, yeah, that's an incredible board that was kind of like a literal... like a literal desktop. Like, it had, like, decorations on it, you decorate your desk. It had interactables, including, like, a soda can. It had pizza you could get the pepperonis off. It had this old cassette tape you could kind of move around. That was interesting. I'd really like to take out that one more. Okay, Skrelv, but maybe I can take out that Archon if they... Thank you for falling for it. Because I really wanted to smack that thing out of my way. I mean, it really was going to be very annoying very soon, so I had to get rid of that quickly. But it also had like this cool little candy bag here. And that had like little jelly beans you could interact with too.
Unbound. This will cease your meddling.
Okay, I'd like to inform you that I can, in fact, just pop this back onto something. Because that's partially how this works. If you think you're free of the poison yet, no, you are not.
The stars will light our way.
But yeah, it was a really cool board. It had a lot of neat artwork on it and stuff that I really liked. I'm hoping it comes back in other historic brawls afterwards, but... I did have it in a historic brawl, at least, so I know there's been at least in historic. It was probably everywhere. It had the screen go in this weird, cool way for a while. It was really neat, and I don't know. It was kind of an interesting transition that they also kind of put on things, and it made things really cool for a while with that, you know? yeah, the period's over for now, so maybe we'll see it some other time, maybe we won't. Don't know. But we'll figure that out later. Meanwhile, there's a lot of other things that's going to be happening soon, and we'll see how stuff goes with that, but...
I am blessed by Nyx.
Valkmere. Okay. To be perfectly fair, I get a lot of mileage out of that one myself. Oh, can I finally take out the... Thank you, that's what I wanted to do there. But of course I'll go again, and I am making some quest progress, but I was just trying to describe this beautiful scene they did on April 1st, but it's one of those things that it looks like it should be, like, other than, like, the weird screen transition they had to go with it, it looks like one of those things that should have been, like, in the base game, or at least should be at some point, you know? Because it looks really cool, it had a lot of interactables, it was thematic because it looked like you were playing on an actual, like, desktop or table. So the idea of it being a tabletop game was completely fulfilled at the time, digitally, in a weird way. It was like, okay, it looks like an actual tabletop. So, yeah, that's cool. Did we actually get to keep that for more than however many hours it was on? I don't know. Because meanwhile, all mites dance. Just saying, regardless of which mite you have as a pet, they dance. Which is actually pretty cool, and I like that. I like the party mites. And what's really interesting is if you click on an opponent's mite, they also dance. So, it's like, either way, is able to dance. And you can have like a total mite party going between the two, which is of course always cool. So it's just something else to think about. Ah, you have one too, but... do you have... this little boost? That's why I modeled something a little different, though, because I realized that it would be a good idea if I had... Okay. Okay, let's see here. If I want to... I mean, it'll be nice to just smack that thing out of my way now. Okay, go Spirit. Okay, block, you get it out of my way. Don't block, you get like 4 points. No, just a few because I didn't do that as a boost. But the next one will be fatal if I just do that. A couple points of poison puts me in range. Combo Duelist plus Skrelv equals just ouch. But yeah, the battlefield was beautiful. I mean, it was an excellent scene. I'm wondering, can we have that back? I mean, I know it was an April Fool's thing, but at the same time, can we, like, honestly keep that as a thing that can show up later? If not, like, just, like, a thing that... well, you know what I mean. Like, just one that shows up maybe only in Historic. I don't think it would be something that would be only in Standard, because that would be kind of weird. But you know, it'd just be kind of an odd thing there. So yeah, I guess I'll let it pass for... We got like multicolor there, so I'm not sure what we got. So I'll let that pass. I know I'm running a little bit into poison myself, but I still have the ability to use Skrelv to protect something if they have a counter spell or something. You know, a countermeasure, I should say. Counter spell's only top spell. I'm talking about the ones that also do the other thing. Oh, Mutavault. Hello. You obviously get protection from black. And they know that they're a goner that time because they remember how much it added the last time I did that combo. They're like, okay, that's actually overkill. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was truly just gorgeous. I mean, it was a tribute to Magic the Gathering's history in such a unique way. It was showing it as a tabletop, or as a desktop. You know, like an actual desk or an actual table. I mean, it looked like wooden in the middle, is what I'm saying. It had a lot of cool things carved into it. So it was just beautiful, ornate table of awesomeness, and we no longer have that. It's kind of sad to think about, but it's a thing that happens. I mean, I guess they only had it for a few hours, I thought. But yeah, that's one thing whenever you've got an important job and your schedule doesn't necessarily have you able to recover from your day by the time that something goes away. So there's that. So it just wasn't good timing. I couldn't show it off because it just wasn't giving me enough of a margin. So would things have been different otherwise? Yeah, possibly. I would absolutely love to have had that maintained being a thing. Just like a few more hours, but currently not happening. Well, that one just got poofed. Hey, it's the bunny. Okay, it is officially the bunny time, but I mean, I do have a nettle system. I may or may not swap it out for the other thing. Like, there's a new alchemy card that basically gives you a nettle cyst if you've got corrupted, and you can basically exile it from your graveyard. It itself has toxic too. So it's kind of a good thing to keep in mind. I still need to burn that out of my way. Or do I? Okay, you're going in for just damage. I'm going in for swinging hard. And poison. Ouch. That definitely deserves a good old-fashioned hello first blood. Even though they did hit me first rabbit, I believe. I mean, it was a fast bunny. I mean, and Skrelv can't block, so, you know. But we have the Energizer bunny here, you know? It's gotta be beautiful. I also have brass knuckles. That could be a thing for another round. Of course, if I actually get a land next, I can immediately equip one and go double strike mode. Because it has equip 1, and the duplicate does too, so it's like, yeah, that makes it easy. This is so good in these decks because the ability to get double strike as long as you've got 2 or more equipment means you can actually spread both itself and its duplicate between 2 equipped things, and you have both things get double strike. So it's like, yeah, and that's only for like, you could do it the same round if you just got 6 mana. Because 4 to put it out, 1 to equip it, 1 to equip the copy, and there you go. Like that, then everything just skyrockets. And on top of that, Nettle Assist, I mean, that whole power and toughness equal to artifacts and enchantments you control thing, I mean, that's going to go up by 2 immediately. Okay, the prophecy has been fulfilled. I mean, come on. This is overtly ridiculous. Yeah, that might prompt you to think about that. Because, like, double strike? It's like, yeah, and on those 2 things, with this thing about to be pumped up, that is going to be absolutely very painful. Meanwhile, while they're waiting for it, Skrelv, can you dance there? Yes. I mean, come on, the Porcelain Knight is basically Skrelv and vice versa. Because he's like one little knight that's just doing his own thing. Of course, can you really... I mean... I don't know, it's hard to say on that one, but, yeah. Yeah, that's right, I can just do that with Brawl. Double strike. Double strike toxic, and I've just about like I've just about got the beat down. Like officially, who needs the poison wind when you can just absolutely pound them? It went from white toxic to white stomp very quickly. Sometimes my things just kind of combo on themselves and just snowball. So yeah, it's like, if you want to maintain it being night, you can only cast 1 spell. Just saying. Okay, so that all completely goes behind that. It's currently night, so my might is deciding the party, so... You know, I mean, this one's lightly circled. Yeah, the Skrelv's just having a good time. I do think this one most represents Skrelv. Although, I'm hoping, with March of the Machine, they kind of let out the other mites as pets as well. I'd like to have the... Yeah, that was a good one. I'd like to have the... I guess you could call it the Hunter Mite. I'd like, you know, the green one. Like, if they cycle through them all, I want the green one for my Fynn deck. Which I will show off the after Phyrexia version of, but right now I just kind of wanted to let Skrelv have his time on this day. Especially because I really thought I was going to be getting out of the battlefield. Now, is it just a chance of the battlefield? Now, that would be kind of nice if we still have a chance of the battlefield. Because I really hope it comes back. Again, it was just beautiful. Well, you say hello, I say hello. I don't know why they said goodbye before, but I say hello. Ow. We'll wait a moment. Morphic response. Meanwhile, we're just having a bit of a time here on Amiget. Okay, do I want to engage the extra? Maybe. Scorpio the bowler. Okay. Luckily, I don't need to worry about this. Because I can do both. You will have protection from red because Orfeo is also red. I regained. How about a Tamiolo? Ow. Smart's a little, admittedly. But things are gonna go up very soon if they do things. Okay, Mr. Orfeo is really going for it right about now. Okay, that's gonna be problematic. I'm trying to remember, do I have... Doesn't have to go full level right now. I'm definitely gonna need some more life back. Curse Hospitality is a weird one, but it definitely does some things. Okay, if you'd like to try to block that, go ahead. Poof. Okay, you have a bigger rhino now, but that's not going to help as much as you might think. Now that, however, is a big problem. All of Tagson is now... Okay, that's a good thing now. Oh well. Didn't have enough to kill anything, so... Okay, they're stealing a few things from me, yeah. It has been going on for a while, they just finally actually decided to play it. They still got stuff tapped out.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it. You're done.
I mean, I kind of had to. Thank you, Legion's Blending, for finally getting that there. Okay, I gotta kill the land. Okay, they brought in the weapon.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Kinda need a little assistance here. Definitely need a lot more life there. But yeah, again, I really think it was a beautiful, beautiful setup. But yeah, haven't seen it show up again yet, so maybe it's just gonna be on April Fool's. Even though it was really cool, it's oddly very appropriate for like full game. Get a whack of forest. Still gonna get through. They stole so much of my stuff. So, is thieving a successful strategy? Yes, yes it is. May not be honest, but it works. At least whenever you're borrowing a creature for a turn, that's a bit of a different story there. Just kind of a red thing sometimes. It's like, hey, just have this one over here for like one turn. And they return it back if it survives, so yeah. Meanwhile, I've about got that quest through, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm still looking for, if that thing shows up, would be nice. Will it? We'll see. Am I expecting it to? Not really. But it would be beautiful. It's always nice whenever they whack themselves a little bit. That's always kind of funny. Quick pass the corrupted. You're going, you know, getting hit with that much toxic really fast, I'm kind of out of here. I think that was fair. Well, that all means that I only cast a couple white spells in that. I need like 6 more to get this thing through. I'm kind of gonna just go on until I have that one, just to see if maybe during that time they've just kind of left that battlefield on. That would be nice. But we will seriously. Oh, that's a nice one. One thing about your commander being both interesting and cheap is they can pop out really fast. So yes, the party might be going. Go Shinkai. That one is a balance figure. So my question is, just how much do you really want that thing to continue? Because I can just pump up Skrelv here. Apparently not really that much. Okay. Alright, with that. Well, might as well pop this one through. I do also have a martyr for that'll be interesting. Shadow Spear is probably the better move. In this case, you actually benefit from doing it this way. But yeah, we have Welcoming Vampire, so in this case, at least protection from white, just a solid hit. Okay, they got the very shiny unicorn going on. That many things I can definitely say it's going to be a good idea to put out my water for cards. Getting there. So this is going to be very countery in both directions. One interesting thing about their battlefield, and I might be able to show it in a moment. Maybe. I don't have one of the things I need for it right now. Maybe, maybe it's, or is it just... I think it's just enchantments trigger it. It has a cool effect that you might not be aware of. Sorry, Unicorn, but, you've kind of got to go. No extra. It's a small boost, but I will be, in essence, having it attack well. You should got. But yeah, if I only had a good enchantment over here, that would be nice. But it just didn't run that way. Unfortunately, Skrelv can't block. Just one little downside. But if I only had an enchantment on that field, I would have been able to show something off. It would have been cool. But the bigger thing that I'm talking about is that one for April Fools. It was the actual desktop-looking arena. That was beautiful. I really wish I could have shown that off, but fortunately it just did not line up that way. So here I am, just going with Skrelv, and they managed to nail me on that. At least I was able to do a little look at it here and there for a while last night, and I was going, you know, this is something I want to show off whenever I have like a few more minutes. Now that I got those few more minutes, it's already passed, so it's not really within time. So yeah, it just did not want to line that up, did it? Not yet. I mean, I've got a little Vulcan here to help out. That'll do something. That's fascinating. Mutation time. You didn't see the Foxbird coming, did you? It's like, a Foxbird? He's like, yes, a Foxbird. Hey, 2-5 Rexings are greeting each other. Aww. They're also fine. Eh, well. If I can get enough extra land, though, woohoo! That does pop. And it does, like, pop goes everything, actually. I'd like to keep my shield on my commander here for a minute. Just that. Although, pseudo protection from white. All that because it's not technically protection from white. Now, I do have a Mecha Godzilla waiting. So thanks for Crystalline Giant being the Mecha Godzilla of Ikoria. It's just good for all sorts of stuff helping out. We have one. mysteriously closer to the going up. Okay, so now it's flying. Nice. Yeah, that way if they attack with Thorn, I can whack Thorn. You're like, okay, yes, you're a powerful Phyrexian, but can you handle the monsters that are for you? Especially with them in turn into Godzilla versions. Of course, they were already kaiju, basically. So it's like, come on! Okay. Idyllic tutor. So they're grabbing an enchantment. Choose wisely, because if this thing goes hexproof, it's not going to be going down. Not tough enough yet to really work, but yeah, look at there. Okay, that could help. So speaking of flyers, I suppose it's still worth it. Oh, now it's got hexproof. So you are... Well, I got a hexproof from white for a moment, yeah. Well, I thought it activated his hexproof. Oh, I got the other... They got the other Norn. She's much worse of a problem. Can't do much about that. Until, of course, that happens. And it says, okay, let's just go all out. Can I? Ah, I needed one more. I needed one more to go for the big boom. It would have been beautiful, but no. Okay, now it's got its own streak. So, no, it's powered up with the extra counters. Yeah, they won't be able to stop them, so... might as well have another swing. If I only had that one last land, that would have been nice. I needed like one more to go all out with white sunflower. If I would have, that would have been cool. Just sweep the field and add some lights. Do I got anything? Ah, okay. Oh, by the way, one more thing that's up currently in the store. Apparently for April, they have brought back something else, so at least I get a bit of a consolation prize. Instead of being able to show off the really cool battlefield, I show up what we're going to have for April for the pet of the month. It's going to be, I know they call it a rock, but it's the Zendikar Guardian. It's the Hedron Guardian, specifically. So, this is the one that if you didn't get the opportunity to grab before, you can now. I think I would need a few more rounds for that, so, do they have any special events for this? Or is that, like, completely off? Well, they got those things, but it's not the same. I know they've got the whole thing for Innistrad recently. That's been cool that that's been brought back. But they just don't have anything specifically for April Fools other than the cool battlefield that's apparently no longer available, sadly. Oh well, I tried. I really tried. I gave it a good, solid effort, but in the end, it just did not want to go. Well, maybe next time I'll be able to show it off, hopefully. At least I was able to show off a good Brawl, and because I didn't show everything that's in my deck initially, I think I'm going to kind of show off this deck's design. Got to be able to see the bit of it in combat, but this will show it off a bit better. My version of Skrelv the Mighty. Of course, I obviously have Skrelv Defector Might as my commander, which, of course, being a cheap and easy one to put out, does help quite a bit. I mean, the drawback not being able to block is something, but you've got other creatures around here that can block, so But I got something that's unblockable by creatures that are too big, which is always fun, because Skrelv can, of course, add some toxic, and so can some other things, like that injector I was showing off earlier. So, yeah, there's other ways for them to have toxic. So, any creature can be given toxic, partially because of Skrelv, and partially because of other things. So, no matter what you got, you can get the thing rolling. The Crawling Chorus, a little extra protection that's cheap and might come in a pinch. The mask also helps against things that are too big, which is always kind of funny. It's like, I'm sorry I can't block with my giant ape. Why? Because this one with a mask is just walking right by. Legion's Landing for that extra vampires. So, I mean, it's always good to get a legendary land. Paladin class for various reasons, including, of course, giving things double strike eventually. Which, of course, poison landing with that is just nasty. So I mean, poison really is the great equalizer. One because corrupted and cheap to put out there. So it's a new dance. It got my Zell's Conviction as well. So that comes in handy. And of course, some of the things that I had with my Fynn deck, like the Animation Nodule, for it's kind of a pseudo-targeted proliferate-like effect. This for getting stuff out of your way and having extra lifelink. Flight, because flight. Manifold Key, because unblockable. The Injector, because this thing is actually very, very crazy for how cheap it is. Like, in so many levels. This is like, yeah, just give something toxic and a couple extra points of toughness. And you can have it on them immediately for just 2 mana, so nice. The Shadow Spear is before. Now, the team pennant, it works out well with the mites that you can generate rather than just Skrelv, because Skrelv may not be a token, but that equipped token creature for one thing, it's just beautiful with the mites. Complete Devotion, Duelist of Deep Faith. The Apparition, of course, because proliferate repetitively every time on impact. Which makes it even funnier if you give the Apparition toxic. Because then it strikes, and then the effect triggers. So it's like just add one extra point of poison on top of all that. The Glider, because corrupted, so of course. The Flesh Cutter is actually really good equipment. Not only do you get the extra mites and the extra power, but the fact that you can just do so whenever they attack is gorgeous, because you don't even have to actually hit with it. So you can just get an army of mites. I've seen people actually scared of this card more than like some rares and mythic rares. They're like, not the army of mites. I'm like, have you been pounded by this card before? Because I can kind of see how it would just kind of snowball after a while. The Duelist, because of course. Martyr for the Cause, because proliferate. The boon, of course, because flying that you can return back to a creature, which is nice that you can keep charging this back from your graveyard. The Dune Mover, because extra land and toxic at the same time is beautiful. Pickaxe, because more mana. Mirror Shield, because you never know when something with Death Touch will come your way. Mirror Convert, because this little guy is just nice. Protection, a little bit of protection for your, for anything that you need, of course. The Sigil for that extra slam. The Bookcase, because I'm blocking. The Boots, because it was actually kind of appropriate in this case. The Sentry, because that is handy for just getting stuff out of your way. Charge of the Mites, because mites. And possibly overwhelming something, you never know. The Raptor, because that extra flying on something that already has toxic is just nice. Even if it's just for a turn. But it's got flying and toxic on its own, so yeah, it'll just fly over and keep hitting things. Maul the Skyclaves, because flying first strike and 2/2 just means, yeah, they're gonna get mauled. It really is appropriate for its name. And Redain mostly for Valkmira, because that shield really is really good. Blood Pretender, because there's a lot of Phyrexians here, so obviously. Captain's Hook, because Menace helps things get through. The Giant, of course, because it just, I mean, it's Mecha Godzilla, come on. Nettle Assist, because all these artifacts, this thing is just going to be a slammer of its own, which you obviously saw earlier. That was just like, ouch. Oketra's Monument, because as many creatures as here, you'll want some soldiers for backup, partially because the soldiers can actually block. So it's like, yeah, let's just make sure we have some actual blockers because of that. The Atlas, because corrupted and gives you some more mana, so... And that ability to just sap life. I've actually whacked somebody with the Atlas before, where that was the last blow. That was kind of funny. Sword of Body and Mind, because, I mean, seriously, this thing is just great. It's a deck shredder, just in and of itself. It really is. Then Procession, because more tokens. Halvar, because both him and the Sword of the Realms are both great, so either one you decide. Icing Death, because getting something else to just be tapped out of your way at the last moment is good for getting that little zonk. The Attendant, because, yeah, more mites, and it's toxic too, so yeah. Well, it doesn't have toxic 2, it just has toxic 1, but you know. The Might Overseer, because, hey, now they got first strike. That'll make them actually ponder whether or not they want to block with things that only have like 1 toughness. And of course it can make more mites. And it has first strike all the time on its own. So it comes in handy. The Zealot, that combat boost every time is just beautiful. Tio, currently I'm going with Tio. I might go with a different Planeswalker after a while. Because I'm wondering, I mean, I've got a couple others in here, but still. Like the Wandering Emperor. But, I haven't quite hit his emblem in this deck yet. I've done it before, but I haven't done it with this deck design, so I'm kind of pondering. Do I want to remain with Tio? I mean, he does give some benefits, but at the same time, is it enough is a very good question. Wandering Emperor, because she rocks. I mean, she just rocks. She just slices and dices immediately. It's just like, okay, just goodbye, sir. The Vulpigate, because this little foxbird can really just make unexpected things fly. The Brass Knuckles, because double strike. The Shepherd, because, hey, more mites and you get a flyer, so it's good all around. I mean, not the best mana cost, but it works. I've gotten mileage out of that one. Elspeth in her resplendent form, in my opinion, is one of her best forms so far. And you will be using that +1 loyalty ability way more than the others with this particular deck anyhow. For so many reasons. And sometimes that's what you go by. Sometimes you just go with the first ability and ride. God Eternal Ketra. Because, I mean, bonus zombie warriors, double strike, and she keeps coming back. You gotta go with Oketra. Wanderer's Strike. Exile a creature and proliferate. Yeah, I've nailed people with that one before, and sometimes they just left. They're like, okay, that's it, I'm out. The Apostle of the Invasion, because again, corrupted equals double strike. White Sun's Twilight. It would have been beautiful if I had been able to do that one at least X equals 5. Because that whole clear everything other than those those however many mites you make is kind of awesome. And then I have my land set here, which includes Ardenvale, sorry. Because you never know when you might need an extra token. Gave the Frost Dragon, because a flying dragon is also a land, apparently. The Ganjo, because of Ganjo. I have a gate, even though, I mean, I'm sure you sick an on-land card only once, but you don't have to sack it, so it's good. The Grange. Why be the Grange? Because getting extra counter on something once in a while does come in pretty handy. The Fair Basilica. Because, mostly for thematics. Access tunnel unblockable if it's 3 or less. Nice. Buried Ruin, you never know when you can retrieve one of your artifacts. Hall of Dagsend, well, if you really need that extra mana, you could create some Power Stone tokens. Inventor's Fair, because there's so many artifacts in this, you just gotta go with it. Karn's Bastion, because of course. I mean, that it has one of the most easy to just keep reactivating proliferate effects of all time, so of course. There's also so many counters other than just poison around here, so why not? Mirex, because I can create unlimited mites. Mutavault, because you never know when you could thunk something just a little bit out of nowhere. So sometimes it's good to have a good quick land creature. Reliquary Tower, because seriously, why wouldn't you have this? No maximum hand size just for having it on the field, and very few people ever target this. It's just like you just, if somebody forces you to draw a whole lot, or if you got a lot of draw on your side anyhow, it's just fine. It's like, I'm good. I have no maximum hand size. I have my tower out. I'm good. Magosum's Gardens, because you never know when you need to copy a nice artifact there, so. Interiorate Sanctum, because, well, you're obviously going to have legends in your any kind of commander-like deck, whether it be historic Brawl, actual commander, regular like standard Brawl, or what, because you have to build around at least one. So even if it's not okay, so in Brawl you can also use Planeswalkers, and I like that. I like that about historic Brawl a lot. That you can also choose to use a legendary Planeswalker instead. But let's just face it, you're gonna have other legends around in your deck. So come on, the ability to just pump them up, it's just nice. Well, that's kind of the design I had on that. And I wanted to show that off more if I couldn't do the other thing, which is pretty much how things turned out. So that was weird. I really thought I'd be able to show off that cool battlefield, but I guess not. Anyhow, I'll be logging off for now, so hope to hear from you all later. Bye for now, everybody. And remember, MTG forever.